welcome to Wholesome Roots. Today is gonna be a good day. You know how I know that? Well, I don't actually know that, but I'm gonna do my best to make it a good day. So those of you that watch often, you've seen lately that there's been some hardship around here. Maybe for the past month or so. I mean, we lost a goat recently, a few weeks ago. We've had, Bo was sick, and we had to get him better. We lost a dog. I know you didn't really get to see Kaiser very much. I don't know if he's ever was on the vlog because he was old, miniature dachshund. I'd had him for many years. He was 12 or 13 years old, I think. And he didn't really come out to the farm very much. But we just lost him the other day, actually. And that was hard, you know. People watch, you know, they watch the vlog and they want to see what we're doing on the farm, and a lot of people get in their head that homesteading and farming, you know, they think about all the good things, all the fun, happy times, cute little animals, you know, sunshine and magic in the air. Well, it's not always like that. There are times when bad things happen, sad things happen, and that's just part of it. I've always been a fairly optimistic person and had a good outlook on things, and I see the negative stuff that happens, but I see more positive than I do negative. And it's always been a good thing about me, I guess, is I can focus on the positive. And I feel like if I stay positive and try to project that, it can help others to stay positive too. I mean, not every situation is the same, and that doesn't always work, you know, but you just have to do your best. So if you can wake up in the morning and look at the day and think of what you can do to just make it a good day, and just have that as your intention, a lot of times it'll manifest itself if you do that. And so that's what I'm doing today. I woke up today and decided I'm gonna have a great day, and I'm gonna do my best to hope that the other people in my life have a great day as well, and I hope you guys have a great day too. So for right now, it is time to make a new paddock for the goats. Kind of my weekend thing. And let's hope we make a great day for them as well. got my paddock all set up. And I've worked up quite a bit of a sweat, which is normal for me this time of year in Georgia. I'm wearing more heavy-duty clothes when I set up paddocks because I'm trudging through all the tall grasses and brush and stuff. I try to keep bugs off me. I'll probably change into something a little more suited for the hot weather in a little bit. But it just got me thinking, you know, this way of life isn't easy. It requires a lot of sacrifice and a lot of hard work, and you have to be willing to do that. There's going to be lots of gain and reward from all your hard work if you just keep on. There's going to be loss too, and that's hard. It's hard to have loss, it's hard to have setbacks, but that's just part of it. And even with the loss, we're willing to do it all over again. Now, that might make us brave, that might make us crazy, or it might make us a little bit of both. Now, part of our rotational grazing program that we practice here at Wholesome Roots is bringing our chicken tractors over the spots where the goats have already been. And this gives the chickens a chance to kind of clean up after the goats and do a more thorough job of grazing this pasture. Now, before making the paddock, this one tractor was in the way of where my new paddock was going to be, so I went ahead and brought them over. By the end of this weekend, I'd like to have all my tractors over here so they can graze the ground all over this way where the goats have already been. And we'll continue that throughout the summer and fall. Just taking the chickens behind where the goats have been and trying to do a good job of putting the goats somewhere where they haven't been so they can forage.
Boy, is it nice to have some help today. Ryan did all of the morning checks on Fancy and everyone, and he milked the goats, he set up the paddock, and everybody seems to be happy, and Fancy is the same. She is just stable, but just barely, and that has me worried. I was hoping to see some improvements by this morning. So I'm giving her the garlic ginger paste again. We are doing this every hour for 3 hours, and then every 3 hours. I started over again this morning on every hour on it because we slept through the night and didn't do it. So we are giving her really good stuff that's hopefully gonna help her. Hi, baby girl. How are you? How are you feeling? Any better? No. No worse? I'm really worried about the fact that she's losing even more weight and that she could get dehydrated very easily. So I'm going to drench electrolytes. That up for a little more fresh air. I'm gonna drench her with some electrolytes and fluids, and I'm gonna give her the garlic paste, and I'm gonna take her temperature again, and if she still has a temperature, I'm probably gonna go ahead and start on antibiotics, because even though this is just overeating of grass, it can lead to other issues, and that may be causing an infection in her rumen. I don't know. It's hard to diagnose goats when they can't tell you what's wrong. So, and this is the same even if we had a vet in our area to use. they also would be doing the same things we're doing. So we've been consulting with vets, we've been consulting with experts. We know what we're doing for the most part. But this is an issue that a lot of goat herds are having this year because the grass has been growing so well here in Georgia that a lot of them are overeating grass. And it is an issue for any herd. You may have noticed or seen in the comments where a number of people have been thinking that there's something more serious going on, like poisoning of some sort, or other examples of things that people have said. But you have to understand that just like your kids get sick all the time, your animals are going to get sick too. I mean, animals are not immune to sickness, and it's completely normal for an animal to get sick. You guys are probably just more worried or concerned about it because of my emotional reaction. But I mean, like, these are my babies. And also, I want to point out the ratio of numbers. Having 3 animals sick seems big to you guys. We have 20 goats. Having 3 sick is not that big a deal. If we had 20 kids and had 3 sick, then it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So if you look at it in proper proportions there, this isn't as big of a deal as it might seem on the video. So I just want to ease your mind and just calm down. It's okay. I don't think anybody's poisoning my goats. No offense to any of you who thought that. I just wanted to clarify that this is not as abnormal as some people are thinking it is. Well, our fever went up 0.2 degrees since this morning. So I started antibiotics. I hate doing antibiotics, but I know that they help when it's needed, so I'm not dumb. I'll use them if necessary. So please pray that they help, whatever this situation is. But you know how, like, when you get a cold, it's just a cold. You just fight it off with lots of vitamin C and garlic and, you know, and probiotics and everything like we're doing with her. But sometimes that cold turns into a sinus infection and you have to get antibiotics. So it's basically what's, you know, how I'm trying to look at this with her is whatever grass upset she had has turned into some type of infection, because I'm not seeing any other symptoms other than the grass symptoms. So we are staying in close contact with a lot of goat people and getting lots of support and advice. And we're doing our own research. Obviously, you guys know how I am. What I don't know, I seek out and try to learn. But the goats are happy. They're in a new area. This area has almost no grass in it, I'll have you know. You think that was intentional? I don't even know if Ryan thought of that, but he moved them to this spot that's mostly other type of weeds and forage. So they have a lot to choose from now besides the grass. So that'll probably encourage them to nom on everything but grass. So hopefully we won't have any other goats get into this predicament that we're already dealing with, because Lord knows I have had my fill of predicaments. When it rains it pours, right? So yeah, look at that little precious getting her milk from her mommy. Girl, you is too big to be drinking that mama milk. She says, I'll drink it as long as my mama lets me. Gosh, ain't I familiar with that. Little Liam. Ugh. Anyway, Ryan started moving the chickens up here into the paddock to let them rotate across the pasture. But they're heavy and hard to move over the rough terrain that divides where they were, and up here is kind of like a hilly, rocky section. So he got one up. I'll get the others, I'm sure. Just wanted to show you that Bo is doing fine. He's doing great, in fact. And yes, beware of that electric fence, you guys. And we are very glad to report that he's made a full recovery. And he's his good old tough self again. Beautiful. You're beautiful. Say, Mom, I'm handsome, not beautiful. Handsome. So anyway, it's really nice having Ryan here today because it's allowing me to be stress-free as far as like trying to balance everything. The last week of running back and forth to the barn every hour to give meds to one goat or the other has been hard with 2 little kids. So not only is Ryan chipping in on helping with the animal chores more than he normally does, and helping with the house chores more than he normally does, and he always does a lot. He's also just kind of being there, you know, for taking care of the kids. That's a huge help. The kids are a very stressful factor in this whole arrangement because it's hard to treat animals with kids playing, and it's hard to leave the kids and come down and treat them, and it's just difficult. But it is what it is. And Ryan's here today, and he's helping, and he's such a good helper. Such a wonderful man. The goats all look good. Fancy doesn't, but she will. I'm hoping that the antibiotics will kick in and I'll notice a difference by tonight, you know? Wouldn't that be fantastic? So, please keep praying. Please keep watching. I swear we're gonna get back to our normal programming soon. Because this has gotta be over soon. We're gonna get her well and nobody else is gonna get sick. Even though it rained again, so the grass is growing like crazy again. But hopefully nobody else will get sick. But thank you for watching Wholesome Roots. Please like, share, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.